Hi, in this question we're dealing with stocks and bonds and CDs and all sorts of stock market type things. We've got $12,000 to invest, 3 different funds. That throws a wrench into things right there, just 3 different variables. Okay, let's jump into this. So we've got a municipal bond, 7% return. So we're just going to say X is the municipal bond. Then a local bank CD has an 8% return, so let's call that Y is the CD. And we don't have any more variables to deal with, so we're going to make up one kind of. We only have $12,000 to invest, and we still have this high risk to account for. So what we're going to do for that one is we're going to say 12,000. I think I'll just write it as 12 just to make the number smaller. 12 minus the bonds minus the CDs, and that will be our high risk. Okay, and so there's our equation. So let's jump into these constraints now. We've got to buy some of the bonds, so that has to be greater than or equal to 0. We've got to buy some of the CDs, greater than or equal to 0. And we have to buy some of the high risk. So that's 12 minus x minus y, greater than or equal to 0. Okay, and now there's another one. There's 2 more, I think. It says to minimize the risk, you cannot invest more than 2,000. It's a high risk account. You could get negative money. It could go horribly wrong, so we want to make sure that we max out on 2,000. So we have another one. The high risk is less than or equal to 2,000. I'm not going to write the thousands because I didn't with the 12. And we also have one more. It says there needs to be 3 times as much municipal bonds as there is the bank CDs. So that's 3 y is less than or equal to x. Think about that one because some students get that wrong. That's saying that there's 3 times, if this was an equal sign, that means there's 3 times as many of the bonds than there are the CDs. Okay, so there's all of our constraints. Let's throw in a profit equation now. Let's go green for profit. So the profit will be, I can get hopefully a 7% return on the bonds. I can get, let's see, 8% on CDs, and I can get 12% on the high risk, which is 12 minus x minus y. Okay, let's throw this in there. Let's get rid of all these. Okay, so we have x equals 0. Throw that in there. Y equals 0. I'm not doing the less than signs just because GeoGebra won't let me do what I want to do with this little floating point that I'm going to put in. I'll show you in a minute. 12 minus x minus y equals 0. 12 minus x minus y equals 2. And then we have 3y equals x. Okay, so that should give us what we want. Okay, so our region says it has to be less than this line, greater than this line. It has to be y is less than or equal to 1/3 x, or 3y is less than or equal to x, and greater than 0. So I think it's this region here. If you did the inequality sign, you'd see it would be the darkest one. I did not. I'll show you why. So I'm going to plot points on all of those intersections, and then I'm going to grab one more point and throw it right in the middle. Then we're going to plot our profit situation. So that's 0.07 times the x value of point E. Talking about this point E, the x value of E, plus 0.08 times the y value of E plus 0.12 times 12 minus x value of E minus y value of E. Okay, hopefully that gives it to us. Okay, there's 0.9 there. So let's just drag these around. We've got 0.94. I'm looking right here at F, trying to maximize that. 0.94, 0.84, 0.87, and 0.97. So it looks like what it wants us to do is 7.5 shares of X, 2.5 shares of Y, okay, so now what that means, if we go back to our GeoGebra file, we've got $7,500 in E, it's 7.5. So $7,500, that's X, the bonds, and that means, what did it say? $2,500 for Y, and then the remainder, that adds up to $10,000. That means the remainder, the high risk, is equal to $2,000. And that's your problem.